I call this insurance committee meeting to order.
Very good.
That was nice. So on the agenda, we have supplemental insurance and fire department insurance.
And both of those items, the Jennifer know quite a bit about supplemental insurance, and Jennifer Hardy can make presentation on the fire department's insurance. I'm gonna ask them, Jennifer Hardy specifically, and Jennifer Dan, if you can, on the supplemental insurance. And supplemental insurance that we provide is really a payroll deduction, pre-tax additional insurance, like an AFLAC. Okay? And she can explain why we're having to make some changes and meeting with employees, but this is really a discretionary decision by each employee whether they want to participate, but we offer it as a benefit as a pre-tax deduction from the.
So it's 100% employee paid. The town offers it as a benefit because we manage it. I take the payroll deduction, I reconcile the bills, Jennifer helps with claims. That's the benefit to the employee. And of course, being a group town plan, they get some better rates on that. Well, we were informed, I think it was back in September, that one of the plans they were discontinuing. We didn't have enough enrollment. It was the hospital indemnity plan. And I think we needed a minimum of 10, and we had 9 enrolled at the time. And that was an important plan for the employees that participate. So we decided to bid it out. In front of you are the different quotes. We got, Allstate is our current policy we have. Of course, the item in red, the group indemnity, that's the plan that's going away. We also had Lafayette Dickens with Family Heritage. He provided quotes. And then we contacted Moncure Insurance, and Aflac and Colonial came and quoted as well. So we gave, and most of the employees that are enrolled came and sat and listened to the presentations. So in front of you is the monthly rates for each policy. The problem that we came up with was not any plan is comparable to what we have. Some did offer the hospital plan, but then they didn't offer disability. A lot of things were going away. Jennifer is more informed on the different tiers, the different payouts, the research we have done. Allstate still offers the better payouts. They have the lower pricing. The only problem is that hospital plan is going to go away. The employees still have the option to keep it, but they have to pay out of pocket on their own. We do hope during open enrollment next August, we can try to get some more employees to sign up for it. The existing 8 can try to re-enroll and try to get it back to the group rate. I think it's minimal. I think there's a couple dollars extra they have to pay out of pocket if they want to keep it. We were trying to keep everything bundled how we have it, but we just don't have that option. And I think we asked all the employees. I think the closest one was Aflac, but then some of the premiums would go up on some of the employees, because when they started Allstate, they were quoted at their age then, and some things would go up and it'd bump them out of a certain bracket. So we wanted you guys to be informed, because I didn't want to send rejection letters to the others without.
Will this be then a non-pre-tax deduction that will be paid by each employee individually by invoice?
Only if you want to keep the hospital part. The rest is.
Right, so the hospital plan is the one that's going away through
What will the
Allstate.
majority of the employees going to do, do you think?
We've gotten a couple different
For
feedback.
example, would you,
I'm going to pick mine back up. I have not picked it up. I think I'm 3 months behind now in the payment, but they will allow me to pick it back up as long as I catch up my payments, because we were waiting to see what other quotes were.
is that the hospitalization?
Yes.
So you'll have to pay for your supplemental coverage after.
Correct.
And just for instance, my hospital that I'm going to pay out of my pocket is $19 a month. So it's not bad at all.
No.
And the way the benefit works is if I'm in the hospital over 24 hours, it pays me $1,000 the first day, and then so much the days after for as long as I'm. And it's a nice thing to have if I have to be in the hospital. So it's just an added benefit. And like some of the employees we have one employee that had a heart attack a few years ago. He is eligible for these other policies, but he can sign up for it, but he can't have a claim for 5 years. So if he were to get, he's paying for it, and he's not going to be able to get any coverage. And then, like she was saying, that employees that are older, if we keep switching, they're in a higher tier, and then their money is higher than what they're paying now. So I think it was, everybody's in most agreement that we want to stay with what we have.
But we wanted you guys to be aware. I don't know, do we need a recommendation before I send rejection letters? I just want you guys to see the pricing. I mean, if we're looking at pure pricing, Allstate is still cheaper. It's
I would
just.
say a recommendation be appropriate,
Yeah.
have local
Correct.
insurance provider submit on this, and so we wanna have I think a vote would be appropriate to
Yeah.
continue the thing. Because we've had Lafayette and Montague, so,
And like Jennifer was saying with the policies, I'm insurance poor, I have all of them, but, like, just for instance, Aflac and Allstate. Aflac, I think, is a little higher a month, and if you go to the dentist or the doctor twice a year, they pay you $25 for one visit and 25 for another. As with Allstate, they're cheaper, and you get $50 for going to the dentist once and to the doctor. So it's just added, it kind of pays your co-pays, is what it
Yeah.
does, you know, if you go to the doctor, so.
But because we bid it out and, you know, like I said, we used local vendors, we wanted you guys to be in the know and make the recommendation so we can move
stay,
forward. To stay. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm agreeing to stay with Allstate.
Second.
Okay.
So, who makes it?
Give me the motion, I'll second.
Okay.
Do you wanna
All
go
in favor?
Aye.
over this? Or you want me to talk about it?
very quickly, I'll also give you, and we're new at the insurance game and public insurance and those kinds of things. The vast majority of our insurance coverage, jump in if I'm wrong, but for liability, personal or property, vehicles, any of those kinds of things,
Workers' comp.
pardon?
Workers' comp.
Workers' comp is covered by the Virginia Municipal League. They're our primary carriers, okay? For the town's umbrella, for bonding, for municipal officials, most of that, if not all of that, is covered with VML. There are some additional things that we buy that aren't with Virginia Municipal League, okay? One of them is this supplemental insurance that's actually paid for by the employees. But we also provide several other things for emergency services. The fire department apparatus, trucks, that the fire department has is handled through Hartford. Am I getting it right?
Hartford is the accident insurance, but Moncure handles the,
Right, Moncure is the local carrier, but is it
I can't remember the name of
No,
the vehicle. Yeah.
Moncure Insurance provides coverage for fire department vehicles, okay? And I don't know if that's because VML won't cover it or the council years ago wanted to have a local carrier, but we're very satisfied with them and they've done a good job. We haven't had any problem with them, but the fire apparatus is covered by Moncure Insurance locally, and then it's a nationwide brand that they sell, but the local agent is Moncure. We also have something that we provide for firemen, which is a supplemental insurance. Ray Arms hurts his knee, Bubba Hart hurts his knee. You fall out of a third floor of an apartment building, okay? There is a supplemental insurance for firemen, okay, for volunteer firefighters that we provide for the fire department, okay? And I'll turn that over to Jennifer and then she can explain to you. We try to get some pricing for it, but this is one of the few things that we do outside of Virginia Municipal League, okay? In addition, we also have airport policy that's separated out as well, but there's, like I said, the majority of liability, property, casualty, any of that is all Virginia Municipal League. Fire apparatus is with Moncure, and then she'll explain to you about a supplemental health insurance policy for firemen who gets injured during the event of, you know, I think Bubba Hart was carrying somebody out of a car accident and he tore his knee up, and Ray Arms was jumping off the back of a fire truck and hurt his knee. So she'll explain to you the different deals and what we've got.
So we've been with Hartford, I know, for 3 years. It was around 30,000 when I first came, and we redefined some things, and we were able to shave it down to roughly $7,500. They've quoted on it, but VML is, of course, always contacting me. We'd like to quote on your airport. We'd like to quote on this. So I allowed them to quote on it. I had a conference call today. So Provident, VML would have been the agent, and Provident was the carrier. So they provided a quote that's lower, and then at the end of the call, it was said that this is a secondary insurance to their primary workers' comp. Well, that poses an issue because the fire department is not covered under our workers' comp, and they're volunteer. The fire department does not have their own workers' comp. Our Hartford policy is a primary policy. So if a burning beam fell on somebody, they're the first ones, they pay everything. You know, they pay the medical expenses, they pay everything. This Provident, that's a secondary, and he mentioned, he didn't give me the pricing for primary, he only quoted secondary, which is not what we need. He said over the phone, roughly it would be a 40% increase if they were the primary. So I put down the price, which beat out our current, but that's, he didn't give me the proper quote. You know, we needed primary, quoting primary to primary, that's what we need. So this renews December 11th, I believe, so I would need a recommendation from you all just to stay with the existing Hartford.
Was that who we had when I fell? Was
It
that?
was, yeah. I
They,
think
they,
the town-
they were great.
Were they?
This is the
Well, you handled most of it, didn't you? Cause I,
Yeah, I tell you the truth, we've had, and the price really went up. It went from like $11,000 in 1 year to like $30,000 in a 1 year change, because we had Bubba, Ray, and I think you were hurt all within a relatively short period of time, so our experience went dramatically up. So it's coming on back down, so we're back in the $7,500 range. And then some negotiating and wrangling from Jennifer brought it down, but I don't, and again, workers' comp only applies to full-time employees, so this is something, if we're gonna do this, and I do believe that sticking with the Hartford would be the proper choice.
I recommend we stay with Hartford Insurance.
they were really great to deal with.
Pardon?
They didn't bother me all at all. I had to call them twice,
Go okay?
and that was it. Mhm.
Covered. Good. And this is health insurance for firemen who have fire department related injuries. They may even go as far as maybe, you know, some heart conditions or,
Maybe it's
you know,
related
if you
breathing.
breathe in certain toxics and all those kind of things. But, I think Ray had a couple bumps in the road when he had some invoices and they were sending them to him at home and they were getting paid. But I think we got it streamlined. Jennifer's got a handle on that, but we don't.
Yeah, the only issue I had was when they flew me, they couldn't land it on top of the hospital because there was a helicopter broke down on the route, so they had to take me to the secondary zone, and it was the bill with Richmond Ambulance from that to the emergency room. It was what, like $500?
Do they cover?
I think they ended up covering it, but that was a pain, that part of it, but everything else was
It really
good.
is something we need to provide for the
I
firemen.
think we have one open claim now, and it's been the only claim since I've been here. And that's drug out a little bit. I'm not too happy about having to babysit a insurance broker. You know, they should handle it from start to finish. That's how the email treats me, so. But it's okay, it's not bad, and their price didn't go up, you know, so.
That's good.
We're also gonna, I don't believe we have quotes for you today, but there's also, and we'll bring them to council if we don't have another insurance committee meeting before we need to vote on, but also in about the second week or 10th or 12th of December, we need to renew an airport policy. We have a airport, I don't know what the proper term of it is, but it's if a helicopter crashes or we're responsible for something or we have any liability coverage for our fueling operations are out there, anything happens specific on our property. It's a separate airport policy.
They didn't have that ready tonight, but they said they should have it by Friday. I will shoot you an email, but we're probably gonna provide that at your desk Monday, the quotes for that. Cause I do need
We need
a
to-
approval so I can renew it before it expires, so.
And for the three of you who are new on council, we're gonna have renewals for health insurance in the spring, okay? And it's always a controversial topic because it's expensive. That can really go up dramatically based on experience, age, you know, I'm getting older, and we're all getting older, and so you see prices go up. We've been seeing relatively reasonable increases, we had 7% last year, I think. And I can't say I've ever seen them go down, but I have seen flat on a few occasions. Health insurance is controversial. You read that in the paper with the schools and the deputies and county employees and our employees. So we'll have a couple events where you can maybe even sit down, if we can get somebody to come down from our carrier and make a presentation to you at an insurance, so you know what's going on when the employees are standing up and demanding these kinds of things. It's near and dear to the heart of a lot of folks, okay? And the insurance, on the cost of insurance, so you know, the town of Blackstone pays 100% of all premium for the individual, okay? So if Robert Jones came to work for us, or Lonnie Morgan was back working for us as a police officer, we paid 100% of the cost for Lonnie. If he chooses to put his wife or spouse or dependents on there, then we pay 50% of that. Okay?
That's pretty generous.
Yeah, that's.
It's a great deal, yeah, for
Yeah,
people
that's
that haven't worked outside the government sector, it's really a good deal.
Yeah.
And so, the town, I think, takes good care, plus we provide insurance coverage that I think is pretty good. I went to the doctor the other day, it's $40 copay. It's through the Department of Human Resources at the state level. It's a local choice in health insurance policy, and there are different tiers. Right now, we have 1,000 tier. We were at 100 in 2011, and we've had to chip away at a little bit to make it a little more cost effective. So right now it's at 1,000, but we still pay 100% for the actual employee, 50% for any dependent staff.
Okay.
And I'm sure we'll bring to you new rates and all that kind of stuff. Any insurance question?
Now, will we be voting by email?
Pardon?
Will we be agreeing on the by email?
On the airport policy?
Airport policy, will we have to meet before?
I don't think you need to meet. I think we can handle that at council. I don't know if you're gonna get multiple bids, are you?
I'm hoping I'll get
Okay, good. But our plan was, because we have to do it for the renewal date, which is in the beginning of December. And so if we don't do it on the 19th, if you guys choose to, but we won't have another council meeting before the,
So we'll need to meet before the council meeting so we can vote before council, is that right?
well, if you wanna meet Monday to vote on it.
Or I think it'd just be a vote as a whole for
Okay,
that.
okay.
I think she's informed you of it, and then it'll be in your
If you-
packet, and then y'all can
Okay.
vote it as a
Committee
whole
meeting.
Monday.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that's good.
You okay with that?
Sure.
Meeting.
Yeah, if you have any questions when you see your packet regarding it, email that to me and I'll find out on Monday before we meet. So if we have any qualms or issues about it, we
Okay.
can
Okay,
handle it before Monday.
sounds good.
Insurance question?
I can't think of any.
I think we've got a good group of folks that work with us. We haven't had wholesale rejections or turned down, we're not gonna cover, we're gonna provide coverage. I think VML kind of goes out of its way to, it's a fairly limited group of people that it represents towns and cities in the state of Virginia. And so they're pretty responsible. I mean, over 20 years of dealing with them.
Good.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Would you like to adjourn this meeting?
I would like to adjourn this meeting at
What
this time,
is it on?
1849.